What is up, builders? It is Sox, and today we are building the Stellara, the ultimate claim base that has both online and offline defense capabilities. If you like the base and want to see more, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon to be notified when I drop the next tutorial. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Stellara walkthrough. Very exciting base, and I'm very happy to share this with you guys. So to get right on in, we're going to check out the external upkeep. The first set of externals are 12,000, so there's only 3 externals that are like this. And the next set of externals are much cheaper, just under 3,000 frags. Moving on into the gatehouse, we've got the Patrico peaks that look on both sides of the compound. And if you can see here that we've got a furnace wall set up on both sides of the compound as well. Now, this base is subject to change a little bit because we did raid this, and I did make some slight changes. But regardless, we will have a funnel wall just like the one you see here. This is very similar to Spinky's design used on the mini rival. We have shotgun traps here. And then these are respawn points. Great peeks into all sides of your compound. And moving on into the actual base. We've got peaks that look into your airlock there. We've got bedrooms that look into the sides of the compound as well as your funnel wall. Really good defendable base early in the white. Moving on up, this is the defense in the airlock. And moving on into second floor, so we've got more bedroom respawns that look into your compound as well as your funnel wall. And these are on both sides of the jump up. We've got heli peaks here. More bedrooms here in the middle. But yes, bedrooms on either side of the jump up. Then moving on into this amazing open core. So each loot room has 15 boxes, so 45 boxes just in the open core alone. And here we've got we're showcasing 2 of the bunkers. So 2 of the bunkers, just like you've seen now, are for extra box storage, and one of the bunkers functions as your entryway into your core/starter. So main upkeep's 22,000, and keep in mind all the upkeep that I've shown you is with all the deployables. And this is how you seal it, just like that. You can seal all of them just as such. And this is how you open up these bunkers. I'll show you on one that doesn't have a deployable on it. There you go. And that's just how you open them. So please don't place frames that won't allow you to place those ramps. All right, and moving on up to the shooting floor. On our way up, we do have peaks that are align this entirety of this jump up. Get heli peaks here. And then crouch peaks galore on the shooting floor. So I really wanted to have all opportunities to defend the compound. And then we've got peaks that look back to the top of your base. We've got a really nice wide gap segment that has a combination of the short wall or the low wall there. Again, more crouch peaks here in this little section. And we have a little bit of a conditional peak here. Moving on in, we've got, I would use this as a bedroom, and it jumps up to the roof. And then you got peaks into open core right here. Again, this part is subject to change, but I can assure you that whatever changes we make, it is to better the base. We've got bedroom set up right here, and then this is how you get up on top of your roof. We've got more bedrooms up here, just so we have enough bedrooms that will allow us to spawn anywhere we need in the event of a raid. And again, we could use these wide gap sections to look pretty steep into your compound, just to give you any type of angle you need. And that is the walkthrough of the Stellara. I hope you guys like it, and let's get right into the video. Here is the total cost to build this base from start to finish. I've also included the total cost in boxes so it's easier to understand. Alright, starting the build tutorial, we are going to create a circle just like this, right here. And we are going to honeycomb in right where TC goes. I like to put a door right here. And then we are going to put 2 walls like this. These are going to be the loot rooms on these 2 sides right here. And then right here we're going to seal all of this in. Going down here, this is where the front door is going to be. This is just before we put any sort of bunkers on this. And once we put the bunkers on this, we are going to rotate these around for or when those bunkers are done. But for right now, we're going to keep them inside out. So I would not start on the next section until you are ready to get all of the bunkers done. Alright, so once you're ready to add all of the bunkers into your starter, we're going to be adding 3 of which. One is going to be the entryway into your starter, and the other 2 are going to act as functional loot rooms that can be sealed off to hide your goodies. So we're also going to build this in twig, just so you guys know what you should be looking for. So 2 triangles out, square, and then triangle. Get rid of everything else, and we're going to build 15 triangles out. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Then you're going to place a square at the end of this. Let's get rid of all of that. And you're going to be building back in squares. Okay, and then I like to look to the left here. And when you know you've done it right, we'll just rotate this real quick. There should be a little stone texture at the bottom left of this. That's how you know you've done it right. And then for the rest of this, we're gonna switch back to metal. And then you can go ahead and upgrade that once you know. And then I built another square and a triangle. We're gonna repeat that process. So we're gonna go 15 triangles out. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Build back with squares. And then you want to make sure that you place the square off this square right here. And then 2 half walls, and then I like to place the triangle ceiling like that. Get rid of the extra build out, and then I place the extra foundation right there. And then moving on up, I place a triangle ceiling right here, and then a triangle frame off the middle section. So off this section right here, and if you've done it right, it will allow you to place another ceiling there, and then to open this up, you go place that. So this is how it's going to look for. We're going to get rid of this door real quick. There we go. And then here we're going to do that. Make that a shelf, and then this is your entryway into core. And then here you could have spots for your furnaces. So that's the entryway into your core. Over here is going to look a little different. So let's open up this bunker real quick. We might need to get rid of that for the bunker to work. So I'll show you guys how we could avoid that. So here we could just actually make it a full shelf and have 2 boxes, and then block that off right here, and to have 2 shotgun traps that protect the entrance in your core. And then over here, we're going to turn off symmetry real quick, and then we are going to keep this same design, and then we're just going to break that, and you could place boxes just like that in here, and that is how you utilize those extra loot rooms that are sealed off. And when you know you've done it right, you're going to be able to place that triangle right there. And then when you want to open it, that's how you do that. Okay, so once we have all the bunkers built, the base should look like this. And we should be ready to add externals on this side. So let's go ahead and work on this section that we've already got started. So what I do is I come to where we open up our bunkers and go out the 3 triangles as such, and then I go out 3 squares just as such, and then I keep this right here. You technically just go out 2 squares. So there you go. And then we're going to go out 2 more squares and create, these are going to be bunkered externals, or just a bunkered part where you can keep some extra loot. We're going to put a ceiling on this. Alright, and then what we're looking for here is, essentially what we're doing is attaching one of the triangles, or the edges of the square, to the external and keeping the other side away from it. Should get 78%, and you know you've done it right is if you place a roof like this, and it'll open this up. Just going in here real quick, let's place some shelves. Get rid of that. And if you want to place frames there so it gets, you could rotate these probably. Yeah, to get rid of that, like, being able to see through. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add a square with 2 triangles out, and then have a square here. We're going to get rid of that. And then the frames might mess this up. Yeah, so get rid of those frames. And then after which you should be able to place those. Won't let you place that back. Yeah, okay, so there's that, and then from here we are going to add honeycomb to the back side of our bunker, and then just as such we're going to go over here, create triangle, square, get rid of that triangle. And then these are going to be bedroom spots that look into the entirety of your compound. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So triangle, square. That shelf. And there you go. Okay, so once we have this little part done, we're going to move back and create our breach peak here. So what I like to do, 2 windows, like that, and then I like to place the frames just right there. If you want to, you could just do a raised foundry if you'd like. Or before we place these, why don't we go ahead, we'll put a ceiling on this. We'll put 2 half walls on either side of the main window, or the middle window. We're going to put a ceiling on right here. We're going to put low walls right here. And then once you have this, before you put the roofs on, go ahead and put these frames like this. And this will make it easier to connect that the bunkered part to the wide gap apart. So what I like to do is when I'm connecting these, I get on top of this and then I keep the bunker open. That's how you know it's placed right and you won't mess up the bunker. So I do just two frames just as such, like that, and your bunker is still going to be able to work. And then you have your bedroom peaks here. All right, so once we have that fully functional part, we're gonna go out here to the back side of the bunkered loot room, and then we're gonna go 2 squares. And this is where the external is going to be. So I place the TC just as such. And we are not going to connect these until the rest of our externals are done. But this is what we should be working with right now. In the next section is we're going to be working on the other 3 externals that make up the shell of this base. Okay, slight correction on these externals right here. We're going to do exactly what we just did with the other externals. We're going to build out 2 squares just like from this socket. Because the way we had it before, they wouldn't disconnect if they needed to be. And we don't like that. So that is the fix I have for you guys. And then you could literally just cap that off just as such. And then you just do that. And then you can get rid of it. Just to show you this is what works now. Bam. That's how you disconnect it. The way we had it before, it would have not been able to disconnect because there was too much stability. Okay, so once we got one side of the externals done, we're going to go ahead and move to the next side. And what I do, we still have 3-sided symmetry on, so you will have to do this three times. So I build out 1 here, and then I go 4 squares out from this square. So technically 5 squares out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a cap on this with a triangle. I don't delete that square yet, but I half moon back. And then once I have this point right here and I'm ready to go back out with 3 more, I'm going to go ahead and delete that square. So 1, 2, 3. That you're looking for that shape, so this triangle should be in the center, and then I do triangle, square, get rid of that, triangle, square, so just like that. Alright, and then just to make sure everything's good, alright, and then so once we have that shape, let's go ahead and we'll block that off, put a window. We're going to do the same thing, so window facing in, and then we're going to block that off right there. We're going to put 2 windows just like that, and I like to have 2 single doors just like that. And I place a double door here to connect it to that breach peak. Okay, and then from here, the 2 half walls. This is going to be the front door. Moving on into that. I like to put a low wall here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so moving on to the outside, we're going to go foundation. And we're going to do 3 more. This will load. Get rid of that middle one. Bam, bam. Come on, game. Okay, after it loads. And then 3. Okay, well, whatever. And then middle is going to be a door. And then 3 windows to seal that off. So essentially what we just had created is going to be our mini funnel wall. And then to make this bigger, go ahead and place another little section just like I did. Gonna mirror that on the other side. Could just build a half wall in the back, but there. And then from here, from the middle of this, we're going to build out 3 squares. And this is going to be our external right here. External gatehouse. That's what I'm doing. And then coming back here, we're going to put a ceiling on the top of this. And while we're up here, let's just go ahead and place our top of that, and then we are going to utilize the chain link peaks, so to place 2 frames just right like I did right here. So this is what it should look like. And then moving on in, we are going to start building our external TC. So I build out with triangles just like that to get this where we're able to place a square going straight out. And then I go 2 squares. 2 squares, and then triangles. Make sure that these are half walls going or looking back at the base. That's the only way to make this bunker or this external work. And then place your extra TC there. And then that should be all of the external TCs. You just need to connect this to the gatehouse. This this part that I'm standing on, this will be connected to the base. Or no, actually, go ahead and connect it. I forgot with this one I changed it up a little bit. Yeah, so go ahead and connect that. Disregard what I just said. And then that's how you connect it to this part, like the actual shell. And then when you're wanting to connect all your TCs once they're fully built, I build a foundation. And then once you connect these, you can get rid of this frame and that foundation. Okay, so that is connected. I just connect this with 2 frames, and then I use a floor connecting this to the shelled part of the base. And then moving to this right here, this is just going to be like that. That's what I like to do, because we're going to utilize more turret spots right here, and we'll have 2 layers of chain link on this. I like to go ahead and place a wall like that, just so it causes them to destroy this turret. They need to break 2 layers of chain link, plus get pretty deep into the compound. And then I will go ahead and add a ceiling like that. This is where we will put that, and then for this you don't need that. Okay, at this point everything should be connected. Let's go ahead and place our there and there, and then on these I like to place ramps. These could just be extra spots for boxes. And then once you have that, everything is connected, and we're ready to work on the majority of the base. Okay, once you have all of your externals built and connected, we are going to go ahead and move on into making this secure. So what I like to do is I like to place frames on everything in here. Do not place a frame right here. If you do place a frame right here, you will be unable to open your bunker. Did you seal it? So yes, leave this frame or this section right here open. Okay, so this is what I like to do, just like that. Let's go ahead and just connect it like that. I place ceilings on just like this. So this is what the shape should look like now. This is what the external TC split looks like, just so you can take a quick look. All right, moving to where our jump ups are, we are going to go ahead and place frames just as such, like that. Or not frames, half walls. Go ahead and place a ceiling like that, and then 2 half walls go right here, half wall right here. And then this is essentially going to be our open core as well. These right here are going to be windows. I place a wall right here, and we're going to mirror that on this side. So wall in front, 2 on the side. This will give you your Patrico peaks that look right into the funnel wall. And then what I do is I will go on the side just like this. These are going to be the loot rooms, and then we're going to put a half wall right here. Like that. And then ceiling goes up on top, door. And you're just going to do the same over here as well. And then you can go ahead and place your ramp just like that. Moving back on out to the jump up part. This is another bedroom that we're just going to pretty much do the exact same thing on. It's just at a slightly different height. Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch these around. Do that. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, this is essentially just honeycomb into our actual starter, just like that. And then on the spots where the bunkers are, I place a frame just like that. On these other ones, I place a window. And you can go ahead and seal that off. And then let's go ahead and work on the entryway. So entryways will go just like this. These are on the sections where your jump up's at. Your entryway is going to be on the left side. So essentially you can create another door to open the door. This is going to be where the loot rooms are. I place walls just like that, and then we're going to honeycomb this just like we did, and then I'll half wall that as well. And then I place this other wall right here, and then I will bring that up one more. Actually, we'll save that for where it's at right now, and then I before you place this middle one, go ahead and place, or your middle shelves, go ahead and place these frames right here that will seal off the loot rooms. These can be hard to place if you don't do them in the order that I just did. And then moving on up here, you want to seal this off with the ceilings up on these frames. And then put that in the middle, put half walls on that, and then go ahead and place frames just as such. It's kind of hard to get this placement to get these right, but there you go, just like that. And then once you're done with that, you are good to go. And then let's go ahead and seal this part up. So I like to place that, and then put a ceiling just on this section right here. This goes right up here, and then you can put the door right here, and then you are completely sealed up for this floor. Actually, what we can do is put just 2 half walls right here, and then we could actually seal up open floor. So I place frames in the middle, and then you can just connect everything just like that. So at this point, open core is completely sealed off, and the only way for them to get in is through this area right here, but you can send a door right there, and you're good to go. So we just completed open core. Okay, so once you have your open core done, we are going to go ahead and finish the rest of the base by sections of the shooting floor. So the first section we are going to work on is going to be the jump up section. And the first thing that I'd have you guys do is go ahead and place these half wall sections up on top of the depot spots. And then we're going to add frames on all of these. So these are right above the bedrooms, and we're going to add frames just as such. And then finish the frames off just like that. And then you're going to go to the other bedroom and place frames on this. So this is just part of the section to hold up the shooting floor. So yeah, you want to go up to where you have your Patrico peaks. You want to put frames on that, just like that. And this is a good spot to place windows like that. Going to where the jump up is, we are going to place 2 half walls and finish those off just like that. We're going to just half wall this off, just a little extra honeycomb from the top, and then fill the rest of that in. So this creates your crouch peak, and then we are going to build up one more level with the frames, and then build that. So we're going to mirror the same on the other side. And then let's go ahead and build this out just a tad. Go ahead and put a roof over that. Right here, good spot for... Okay, so right here, this is a good spot for a low wall, and then half wall, and then followed by 2 windows on either side. Go ahead and put a roof right there. You can go ahead and also place 2 more windows up on top of that. 2 walls are going to go right here, and these are single doors that go right here. Fill this in with frames, just like that. And then draw this in. This is going to be a spot for batteries. Actually, go ahead and we're going to remove that. Both of these are going to be double doors. So we're going to seal the middle of that off, and then we are going to do that just like that. So this is going to be the peaks back up onto your roof. Go ahead and seal this off right here. On this section, you want to go ahead and just raise this up a little bit so we can create peak backs, or extra peaks that'll look back up on your roof. And then here, go ahead and just throw a low wall on either side. Put a cap on that low wall. So that is that. And then right here, throw windows on each side, and then double door in the middle. I do 2 half walls on the back side, just like this. And then this will set up so you're going to have peaks that look out on the sides of your roof. And anything behind this, you will use these peaks to shoot anyone like that's in this area. But anything else, you would use these peaks right here. So that is that. That is that side that we had just got finished. Okay, so once we have the main section of the shooting floor done, we are going to go ahead and finish it with the other side. So what I like to do is I go to where we still have our Patrico peaks, and I place 2 windows or 2 frames just as such. And then on the extra wall that we have that's closest to the base, I do half wall, low wall. And then I build up the frames just as such. And then I only do 1 layer or 1 floor of frames there, and then I do 2 windows. you can go ahead and place a actual wall right here and do that. So here is where you place your 2 windows to create more crouch peaks. And then on either side of this, we're going to do 2 windows here. We're going to create 2 floors. Go ahead and place frames like that. And I like to keep the frame on this side so we can have a double door just like this that swings outwards, so you could really utilize this peak. On top of these low windows, we're going to place 2 low walls and place a ceiling above that. Oops. Okay. And then what we like doing here is I create a wall right here, frame. This is a good spot to have a battery. And this middle section right here is just really good to have extra beds. Place frames in the middle, so really good spot for beds and everything. You can even get rid of that if you want, not completely necessary. And then I do 2 double doors here. You can secure this off however you like, but when we did raid this base, it was more useful to have these as deeper peaks that you could use for deeper angles. If you have walls right here, it creates like a really hard spot that you can often get killed in these spots defending from your open core. So I like to have doors here, or even garage doors, that you could open up and you could be back here to look, get as many peaks as you need for that. This is another good spot to have 2 layers of windows, and then moving it to the top here. Gonna go ahead and seal those off just as such. And then what I like to do is I have a frame just like that, and I will go ahead and place 2 roofs just like that, and you can open that up, and then you could use this little area to hide while shooting down on your compound. Moving on out to this, we could also create a little like a quick way down by just using a frame and then another triangle roof. And with that, the shooting floor is done, and then the next part will be adding bedrooms up here and then securing off your compound. Okay, so now we have the entire base structurally built. Now it's time to go put bedrooms on the roof, as well as me show you where I would personally place my windmills. So where I would place my windmills, I would go to these sections right in front of the door, and I would build up with this. Now I'm no electrician, so I don't know what the maximum efficiency to build up with would be, but we're just gonna go 3 in this, and your electrician would know best. So I'd place 3 right here, and then on the middle section, so it'd be the main part of the shooting floor, this middle part, I would do, these are gonna function as bedrooms as well. I would go up just like that, 2 on each side. Again, your electrician would probably know more than I do on the height to where you place the windmills, but just for this tutorial, I'm going to show you just where they go, and your electrician would know how high to go. Okay, so, and then we have bedrooms right here. I would place chain link right here, maybe a door even. Bed locker would go right here. And then on these separate sides, just these smaller sides, we're just going to create more bedroom space. Let's go ahead and do this. And place half walls just as such. These are going to be where your turrets go. Then you'd get rid of this. Turret would go in here, and then you have a bedroom right underneath. And then mirror that on the other side. So half walls around, so your bed is protected. And get underneath, destroy that, just create that overhang. And place turrets in these. So you have plenty of options. You can even place more windmills in here if you'd like. Just know that if you place anything in the middle here, could potentially block off these. And again, these can be raised up depending on, you know, what your group likes. This is just what I had come up with quickly, and what I'd probably do. So that is the end of this part, and next we will work on creating the furnace wall as well as the compound. Okay, so to start our furnace wall, I always like to place my furnaces beforehand, but what I would do, I kind of go into the middle of this section right here. Ideally, let's replace that. Ideally, you don't want them crawling in that. So just keep that in mind to when you place this first furnace. You don't want them to be able to crawl in that. And then I always go to the other side of this, and I place it kind of at an angle so that the left side of the furnace is kind of flush with the bedroom. And then I would just find the middle of the two. Make sure that you're not able to get in on either side. So once you have that, we're going to go ahead and just do that one more time on the other. So again, I always start with this side where the little section is from your gatehouse. I go to the middle of it, make sure that they can't crawl in, place it as high as I can, and then I'd go to the other side and make sure that this furnace, the corner of it is flush kind of with the bedroom there. And then just go in the middle and just correct the difference. Make sure that you cannot get in on either side. And just like that, you've got your furnace wall, plus decent compound space. And then this is where the bedrooms would go, right here. So you have peaks on the rest of your compound. I don't have the horizontal embrasures with me, but use horizontal there. And then once you have that done, then I would go ahead and do the compound walls. And really, there's no really like efficient way to guarantee that this works. But what I like to do is I go like halfway in the middle of this wall right here and just angle it to where you know that you could fit one more wall in there. Just like that. And then one wall would cover the difference just like that. So yeah, I just kind of go halfway here, and I'll always start with the gatehouse part. Make sure that I get the right angle that I'm looking for. There. And then I go halfway and just kind of make the angle of that wall look like it's going to meet well with the other one. There you go. Not as perfect as the other side, but still good. All right, and just quickly, I know some of you guys kind of struggle with placing these embrasures. I'm going to show you real quickly what I do to make these the best that you could possibly make them. So just place a false ceiling right here. We're going to eventually destroy this once the embrasures are placed. But what I'm looking for on the right side of this barricade, I want the right side of it to be kind of flush with that middle triangle. So there, and then if you've done it right, you should be able to destroy this, and it stays like that. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Again, making sure the left side now is flush kind of with that middle part of the triangle. And then if you've done that right, you can destroy it. And then you have two there, and then I would go ahead and place two more right here. Just make sure it's on the end. That. And then again, if you want to, you can place one more right here, but they shouldn't be able to go up there anyway. And then on the back side, you can place your turret right here, and then the chain link on the other side. So that is one side done, and then this is how I do the other side. I actually go from the inside here, place two verticals like this, or two squares. And then I try to find the corner. I kind of want to push this out as far as I can, so that people can't just build right here and use this against me. Because That's what we've noticed before, is people will try to jump on that. But if you push this barricade out far enough, you should be okay. So there you go. So that really makes it tough. And then what I like to do is I go here and place another false triangle, and then I will place just one more right in the middle here, if I could get it. Might not let me because of this frame. So if you want, just go ahead and place. Oh, well, it's not going to let me because of these two. But you could place, instead of getting rid of that, just place another one as far back as you can, just like that. And there you go. There's no way that they get into this compound. Just connect this back. Thank you so much for sticking around for the entire video. If you enjoyed the build, leave a like and drop a comment on what you'd like to see me build next. As always, this is Socks, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.